Start recording as well. Oop. It should end in a moment. So. Så. Ja. And now we arrive back at Buscaron's bar. So let's see. I was gonna go up, clear the stash, and do that. Cool. Oh, honey. For the stream. Wolf pup or coral kitten? I love when games give you ground targeting quests. I wish there was more of that in this game. I have fond memories of World of Warcraft having a lot. Poison stashes no more, you say? Good lass. Your next plant will be on me. With my druthers, I'd grab those Kakiran one by one and string them up by their ratty ears. But old man Buscaron won't have none of that. Says each battle we forego now saves us one down the road. Tell the truth, I'm starting to come around to his ways. One less quest. Stinky Imperial. Bryant. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet, I'm also eating burger. wait a bit and put the poll in. Ah. Huh. So was that ought to be found? What the okay. So, was there ought to be found in the woods? What did you come to? Garleans? In this part of the Twelves Wood? First sylphs, now Garleans. And all in the same place. It cannot be mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the sylphs? Tracking or giving chase, mayhaps? But no, not this far into the forest. The whalers' spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How the bloody hells could they? Unless someone guided them through, someone who knew where the spires stand, and when the whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. I'm glad you've come, friend. I can't keep my voice consistent. Bleh. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone was aiding the Guardians. Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meats I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it. But this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Galleons in the forest, and I couldn't help but putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name Laurinatius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shard. Find him, Teresa, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. You have placed the offering as I have asked? I thank you. The treant you have honored was not always withered, thus. Unable to bear the changes racking the forest in the wake of the calamity, it lost all trace of vibrant life, wasting away into its current haggard appearance. You adventurers may see treants as little more than overgrown adversaries, but many of us local folk revere these creatures as guardians of the woods. It is nature's way that we tend to those who once tended to us. Should we forsake our protectors now, then we ourselves will be forsaken when their protection is needed once more. You were the galleons in the woods got old Buscaron beside himself with worry. So I came up with a bit of an idea, I did. Might be you heard there's a place near to here where poachers and all manner of scum gather. They're no friends of Gerdania, to be sure, but they've even less love for Garlemald. So I've got to thinking, why not ask them to keep an eye on any galleons in the wood? Any of my enemy and all that? Buscaron is worried about the galleon. I can't tell, is that? That's him. Buscaron is worried by galleons in the woods, is he? Then the situation must be dire. Very well, I will see to it any Imperials are watched with a close eye. By the way, you are the Aura making a name up for herself of late, are you not? It is good to finally put a face to the name. Galleons in the wood? Buscaron would not lie of such things, nor, I think, would you. Worry not, the wasps are watching. Tell me, are you the Dragoon rumors speak of? Aye, I suspected as much. Many wasps are looking forward to the day they cross paths with you, myself included. Until then, friend. That's cool. It's a level 20 quest, but it still pulls from your job. I wondered if he'd say it, like Dark Knight or Pictomancer, if you were doing the quest with those. One moment. Can you not see I'm on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. No, I have business with you. Not long now. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. No more than I deserve, though. 'Tis little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights, if only the whalers paid men their worth. You, what did you, how long have you, Help! 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 Please, come quick, my friends. It is I. Name, I am under attack. How did you just... I know nothing. I was on patrol, he just appeared. I thought you were working for the Guardians. There you are. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough! Enough, I say! It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I. I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. Am proud. But they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty. But in the end, it is those with money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes and took it. All I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger, too. Though you do not realize how much... Bloody idiots. Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who is cornered. Galleons, I've brought the all-raw bitch. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of Garlemald? You would need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it, as we will Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for the featherbed in Garlemald, did you? I don't think that played. You there, Aura. You stand here, old bust swish, no? Then you don't stand alone. Big steps. I forgot how disorientating being a higher level than the, whatchamacallit. Higher level than the solo instance at this low of a level feels you only have like 3 attacks. It feels like. How has it come to this? Blech. Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest, and with bandits and poachers at your side? They are your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you, and not against you? Ah, but I know the answer only too well. Buscaron, this is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act, better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I am sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies, no more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There is something I would like you to tell Buscaron. Tell him I, the fool, said thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes. So how's the hospitality of our enemies? Left a sour taste in your mouth, did it? Pity that. They've no respect for land or law, but they're not without their uses. Now they know who you are, but you ain't scared of 'em. Your name's getting known of late, for better or worse. Our folk taking an interest in you. Thought it best that you went looking for 'em before they came looking for you. I learned this, confessed to his crimes. I just had a word with the Twin Adder. Seems like he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only As a young man, he joined the Whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania's too big a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are a few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow he failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Eh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I just hope that them at the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12s. I have other news for you, Teresa. The Sylph Elder has been found. Yay, 1,000 miles of Turtle Rock. Blech. It's taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing great friend. Ahem. His name is Frixio, and he is the eldest among the sylphs of Little Solus. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them. A small leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find them. There's an abandoned dungeon called the 1,000 Miles of Tote Rock here in the South Shard. 'Twas by the entrance to the place that Frixia was seen, and not long ago, neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Frixio. Poor Frixio. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong. Nice and slow. Elder One went to Totorek, but has not returned. This one is worried. So very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties, waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking, entering that bloody death trap? Elder One has no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, walking ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One, now! Oh, the fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Frixio is our best hope of reaching a accord with the sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far would have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds, Yida. Make haste, the adder's nest, and request assistance. Understood. Teresa, go to the 1,000 Miles of Totorok and see that Frixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylph rests upon your success. By order of the Elder Seedseer, the dungeon known as 1,000 Miles of Totorok has been placed under control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside? Are you sure of this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for a pure purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Totorok is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you are ready. It's trust time. I don't remember that used trusts are not for Sastasha. I don't think I did. But I'm gonna start using trusts just cause they exist, so. I mean, so far they aren't doing horrid. Yeet. 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 I do like that the NPCs have dialogue even this early on. I know later on, especially apparently in Shadowbringers, I think that's the name of the expansion. They get a lot more dialogue that's story important. For the trusts. Yeah, yeet. I honestly really hate the slimes. I don't know what it is about them. God. Stupid bots. It's crazy how much wall-to-wall pulls change the pacing of a dungeon. Well, that and trust seems to do a lot less damage. Bah. just that cell is fancy. Why did I use that on that? I shall never know. Nice. I have checked my posture. It was bad, so I adjusted. Nyum. Oh no, weird man.
Darkness.
The mighty slayer of Ifrit now comes to me. With a countenance that bespeaks understanding, an intriguing power, the echo. I must needs choose my words with care.
Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Laha Brea of the Ascians, servant.
Oh,
to
it
the
is
one
Laha
true
bread.
God.
Okay. Then that's okay.
Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark,
Yeah.
bringer of light.
The dark minions.
All the that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale.
Twist? There's no twist. What are you talking about?
Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
I have so many questions about things with like the stereotypical fantasy stuff where it's just like, oh yeah, the big bad guy, he just stares at you awkwardly and then fucks off. Like the solo instance later, why doesn't he just do that now? And you know, we'd definitely lose at that point. Dun, 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 dun. Da, da, da. Funny orc roll. Funny magician things. Oh no, it's a bomb. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, sinister one is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did walking one vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to a walking one. This one is called FFXIV, eldest of these ones of little solace. Fucking migraine. I swear to God, every time the echo goes off, it looks like your character's having a horrific migraine.
To be honest, probably is.
You know, that's fair. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Locke's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all. Where is that accursed icon hiding? Hi, Nero. No sign of our wizened friends? I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gardanians to our presence. His Excellently bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Remua will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a sylph, I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what are the sylphs we captured? A handful of them seem to be in reasonably good health when I last looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion? Were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion. I can taste it, but at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. When was it you always said? Ah, yes. Though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? And that alone you were right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that Lord von Balthazar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that other ones taken who also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noraxia, do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know. What brings walking one to this place? Came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding? Then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Ramu? Then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come and see this one. This one may speak properly then, or these ones. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. Ah, you're back. Tell me this, Sylfelder, as well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Frixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go, tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Self-Spore for aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Shalian and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lass, and earned yourself a place of honor here in the Druthers in doing so. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Cocoon firewater. You're back, lass, and something tells me you've not come for a flagon of Buscaron's oil. All the better that. I just overheard some Gallian stragglers was seen in the Twellswood, and you know they're not looked to be up to any good. Me? Why I'd like nothing more than to gut those Imperial whoresons myself. But I fear I've other duties to attend this day. We're counting on you, lass. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This is Zima Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of the tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The woods is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the woods safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the sylphs as well. Oh, there's an ad break in progress. Okay. I'll read this and then. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12 woods with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. There we go. And now I'm gonna just kind of vibe here for 3 minutes. What's come for you? Oh no. Oh dear God. Screw you. Nostalgia marketing. In your face. Mwahahaha. Having to beat up sneaky Garleans. Thought of those Gaulian dogs as swift and sure as sodomy bio. Me duties, did you? On behalf of old man Buscaron and my companions here at the Drivers, you have my gratitude and then some. What with you in the self-seeing matters, lass? I tell you, no flagging on me or galleon troublemaker on or around these premises is safe. Okay, I want to go back to Central Shroud to do the feisty chocobo after getting stuck in a corner. There you go, you got a big stretch out of me. Good evening to you, Teresa. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combats. This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing. Asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help you train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of gissel greens. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Return here when you have it. Have you acquired the grains? Here's your devil's lettuce. Superb. Then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of gissel greens. They love the leafy vegetable so much, in fact, that they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you. And then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly, and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was developed by the Fortom family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. And this concludes your lesson, of course. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it is not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of gissel green, and together make your way to Sorrel Haven. The broodses that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by the way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of gissel greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. Over there. Never mind, not you. You're stinky. I don't know where the trader is. I'll just go into Gridania and then take the ferry. Oh, hey. Even just starting the quest gives it to you. Neat. Cool bruises. Shall put gissel greens here. Whee! Splat. Axe accordion. What, are they a marauder that's into music? So you've successfully negotiated your first few battles with your chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring, fighting with your feathered companion? Your chocobo can make up for your shortcomings, or build upon our strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement one another, though through some experimentation, apparently breathing at the time your body really wants to swallow fucking sucks. You will come to find the approach that serves you best. Before I forget, I have one last parting gift. A saddlebag for your chocobo. Carrying Gissel greens about can be quite cumbersome after all, and there should be sufficient room for your personal belongings should the need arise. I pray it serves you well on your travels. There we go. Red, yellow, blue, purple, white. Gift from Walking One Booskaron. A gift for these ones. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Booskaron and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception, but this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. This one wishes to thank the Adventuring One. Adventuring One saved the Elder One. But this one must ask a favor first. Will Adventuring One bring 3 bottles of fresh blood? It is morbid favor, this one knows, but must have fresh blood from vile ones known as bugs. Here Adventuring One takes the blood bottles. Use on almost dead vile ones to take fresh blood. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Teresa. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided Norexia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Toto Rock. What that this one had not, in Toto Rock, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we have come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees, so walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes, your people summoned the Lord of Leven but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, that's Ida, not Paplima. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Kani-Sena. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one consoled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and didn't know how. So this one fled to Little Solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But walking ones of Gridanias need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primas, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By the way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the sylphs, Ramu's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back to the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One Kani-Sena. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. That sylph elder's very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Walking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this, and while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver the Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honors is this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One, Teresa. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation.
Questo.
When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. Crystal. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to work a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within, Walking One enveloped the crystal this one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Use it for crafting. Got it. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These one's homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. Oh god. That cough fucked me up earlier. My throat hurts. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose any danger if left alone. Cool. That's a New Gridania. Yep. Damn it. Okay, so it needs to be on the swollens. I really don't have any achievement certs. Did adventuring one bring blood from vile ones? This goes here and that there, then stitch like this, then put that together. Done! This one has made a garment for adventuring one. Is enchanted garment. Will protect adventuring one from scary ones. And is token of this one's thanks. These ones owed adventuring one many, many thanks. Ow. Ah, Private Dragoon. How went the meeting with the sylphs? A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon remove. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seetsier will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in knowledge they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done our nation a great service, Private Darkhorn. It will not be forgotten. The Sylphic folk have been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seetsier no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. I don't think there is. At least not yet. Once again, I thank you. Had the scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Menphilia. Hello, Teresa, can you hear me? It is I, Menphilia. Ida and Papalimo have returned some things a little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. teleport over to Camp Dragonhead. Do the Dragoon quests. I'll take a small break, get some water, see if it helps my throat. If it doesn't, then I may need to call it early again this week, and I don't feel fucking bad, but my throat hurts. God, there's quests here. What have I done to myself? I came here. Okay. I'm gonna wait till I actually come to this area to do these quests, like MSQ. Because I'd kind of rather not. But there is the temptation too. It is pleasing to see how readily the dragon stirs within you. You show great potential, Teresa. A potential that will prove the difference between victory and defeat. Estinian is no ordinary dragoon. Even when set against the legendary Azures of ages past, the man is considered second to none. Such is his prowess. In fact, that the day he was chosen by the Eye, it was proclaimed that Haldrath the Dragon's Eye had been reborn. I mean not to disparage your skills, Teresa, but to pursue Estinian in your current state would be tantamount to suicide. As promised, I shall train you in the way of the Dragoon, that you might face Estinian as an equal. Before we commence, however, it is only fitting that you are edified regarding our origins. It all began a millennium past, when our forebears resided in the southern plains in humble circumstances. Their fury, impressed by the spirit of our ancestors, decided it was meet that she make them her own. So did she appear before Haldrath's sire, a man of courage and integrity named Thornton, and bade him lead her people to the promised land, to what would become the great nation of Ishgard. Their journey brought them to a wide chasm, whereupon Thornton and his people set to building a bridge. It was then that a dark shadow descended upon them, the great worm Nidhogg. Heedless of his own safety, Thornton fearlessly charged at the colossal beast. Alas, he was pushed into the chasm by one of his own, a man seduced by the worm, and fell to his death. Taking up his slain sire's lance, Haldrath hurled himself at Nidhogg, even as tears streamed down his face. The confrontation ended when the young man, his hand guided by Helene, landed a mighty thrust that prized out Nidhogg's eye. With a terrible roar of pain, the great worm took wing and fled, while jubilation reigned below. Ishgard's priceless relic is none other than the eye taken from Nidhogg that day. It is a veritable wellspring of dragon power. Even so removed from its owner, it can exert control over the hearts of men. Haldrath himself felt its malign influence, but his love of justice brooked no corruption, and he prevailed over the power, claiming it for his own, and so it was that the first Azure Dragoon was born. Being derived from our foe, the power of the dragon is a thing to be loathed, But as Haldrath proved to us all, so long as our hearts burn with justice, we need not fear being taken in its thrall. Ah, but what is justice precisely? Justice assumes many shapes and forms, Teresa, and none can say that one is greater than another, so long as you hold fast to your beliefs and stay true to yourself. You leave no room for the power of the dragon to master you. But enough of history. Let us return our attention to the present. A knight by the name of Sir Bruckermont will see to the first stage of your training. Seek him out at Witchdrop. While I run, I'm gonna pull Steam up here. Oh, that's a sign. And I'm out. Okay. So the adventurer seeks to become a dragoon. Sir Elbrick speaks of legends and chosen ones, but I would see you prove yourself in a more practical fashion. With your lance, defend yourself. You have some skill, I will give you that. The glow of your soul crystal. Perhaps Sir Elbrick was not wrong about you after all. Now return to him, your training here is complete. Yes, I ran into a wall because I was adjusting Windows. Okay. The soul of the dragon grows ever stronger within you, Teresa. Clearly your trial was a rousing success. I only need observe your crystal to know as much. Yes, though you have only just begun to walk the path of the Dragoon, it is clear you possess the talent to become Estinian's equal. Go forth and make the powers you have claimed your own. When the time is right, we shall proceed with your training. Your training in the Jedi Knight Temple. I don't know. Elusive jump. I see, it just adds a bit of a flair to the spin cycle. Okay, I'm gonna go on a quick break. Use the restroom, get the water, see if there's a game that I'd want to stream instead of Final Fantasy. If there's not, then I'll probably call stream, just because my throat hurts, like, really bad. And I'm just doing this to go ahead and take a picture for the, there we go, that's what I want. For the bloody, VOD upload. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead and call the fucking stream. Talking hurts. So. I'm just gonna call it here. Thank you, everybody who dropped by and everything. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.